Hello, folks. This is Joe from MIGeekScene. I'm at the Monroe Comic-Con with the Wholihan crew of Wholihan Wares. Rosie and Mark, how are you two doing?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
How's this, well, I would say weekend normally, but it's a one-day event. How's the day been treating you?
It's been pretty good. We've seen some awesome cosplays, made some good sales.
All right. Excellent. But please, for those who don't know, describe your business.
I make jewelry that I think is cool, and I hope that other people also think it's cool. Sometimes it has a steampunk theme, sometimes it has a fandom theme, sometimes it is off the wall and stolen out of my husband's garage.
How did you get started with this whole business?
Our wedding anniversary falls over the Renaissance Festival, and the first year that we went for our anniversary, it was the first Steampunk Invasion weekend. So we decided to make costumes, and I fell in love with the costumes that we made, and we had so many comments of people saying, "Oh, I wish I could buy that." Now they can.
All right. Wow, that was a very in-depth, soul-searching story. I really appreciate it. I was hoping like some sort of tragedy that began this. I was on the road to starting to make excellent crafts and jewelry and whatnot. All right. Do you have any? Well, since you do steampunk stuff, what was your first exposure to steampunk or the steampunk community?
I had seen a lot of it online, different things in TV shows here and there. We had a few friends that were into it, and we're big Renaissance geeks, so we saw the steampunk Renaissance crossover. But really, that first Renaissance Festival anniversary was our first actually dressing in steampunk and having costumes and all that.
Okay, well, actually, this question isn't even on my prepared list. Since you said you were at the Ren Fair with with the steampunk crossover.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are your thoughts on that? Because I've seen some people complain about different fandoms invading the Renaissance Festival. I mean, I'm not trying to be controversial here, but I just wanted to know what your stance is on that, because my opinion is people are just having fun, even if it's like not a specific time period. What's the big harm? What's the big deal?
We're Rennies. We like costumes. We should like other people's costumes. It's awesome. I love it. And if you're complaining about it, you might need to find a hobby.
Any opinions from you, the silent wonder over there?
Try the SCA.
Oh, yes, because I heard they're far more stricter than the Renaissance Festival. I mean,
Very much so.
and prior to even doing the whole MIGeekScene thing, I knew that Ren Fairs were a thing, but I didn't know that some people, not all, but some people were up in arms about it and just openly complaining on internet forums, which normally they'll do and not to someone's face.
Yep.
You know, so I never understood the mentality behind it. We're all geeks having fun in an event. Why can't we just get along instead of separating ourselves with, I do this and it's a lot better than you, you know?
I completely agree.
Well, back to the interview. Do you have any favorite geek interest?
Oh, goodness.
We go LARPing.
Yeah, we go LARPing. We go to Shifted Lands LARP, which is also in the Holly, Michigan area. We don't get to go as much as we like to because we always end up being busy or doing events. I am a huge Doctor Who fan, which is what spawned the line of resin pieces that I make. And Supernatural, Attack on Titan, I could go on for days. Like, all the geek fandoms, I love them.
Well, she's into anime, too. Nice. Well, and also I noticed that, well, actually, we'll ask you a question for once.
Okay.
Yes. All right, I noticed while doing research on you.
You've been stalking me?
Research, sir. That's what I call it. Okay, and that's what the law will call it, too. You're into Final Fantasy. Do you have a favorite Final Fantasy game or favorite Final Fantasy soundtrack?
The only ones I played were 5, 6, and 7.
Nice.
So I love 7. I maxed out the hours on it, so it was like 999, 59 seconds.
Oh, I know how that goes because I was so worried when I was counting down. I was like, is this going to reset the game when I got to that? Oh, dude, I was a hardcore geek about Final Fantasy VII.
I had to master every materia.
Same here. Like, so I can get my golden chocobo so I can fly to get the Knight of the Round.
Exactly.
Yes. Knights of the Round, sorry.
Yeah.
Not the awesome metal band Knight of the Round. But looks like you were interested in checking out Distant Worlds. And have you been to any of those concerts, the Final Fantasy-based symphonies?
No, I haven't. I have seen the Harp Twins, though, and they are awesome.
Okay. So you folks are big fans of punk bands.
Very much so.
Do you have any particular favorite shows? I mean, I've been to plenty of house shows in the DIY scene back in the day in Michigan.
Yeah.
There was this cool show back in the day in Grand Rapids called Michigan Meltdown. And they would actually have bands from all over the world come in.
Nice.
We actually met each other at a punk rock venue in
Yep.
Westland called Pharaoh's Golden Cup.
It was a teenage-related venue. We met each other multiple times over the years and didn't realize that it was the same person consistently. But yeah, that's how we officially met the first time. I actually, in the home that we currently own, put on basement shows for a very long time, for the first 4 or 5 years that we owned the home. So we like a lot of local punk, hardcore. I'm also into more experimental music, so bands like Othello and Foxy Shazam and Planes Mistaken for Stars, stuff like that.
Okay. I'm going to have to talk to you after this interview's over about that. I'm definitely on the search for new music. I mean, I like drone stuff too, like Sun and Naja.
Nice.
Just sound waves just hitting you and whatnot. But man, back in the day, I used to go to a lot of basement shows. I mean, I always felt that I was just an outsider because I didn't dress like a crust punk or whatnot. I just went for the music and the energy because circle pits back in the day were real fun.
Mm-hmm.
But for a while, after a while, it became like very formulaic. Say something social, say something political, round of applause,
Yep.
play song, go again and again and again.
Mm-hmm.
But I still do appreciate the energy and the punk community when I do visit house shows from time to time. But while still lingering on the music, one question, I found out that you're a fan of the band Death.
Yes, the original
The
death metal band.
Yes, from Chuck Schuldiner. Did you have any favorite albums or songs by them?
Uh,
As I was really excited to when I read that.
I love all of it. I love death metal. I've seen a lot of metal bands at Harpo's when I was a kid.
Never gone there, man.
So
Never done a show there, but I really like The Philosopher and Pull the Plug. But if you haven't checked out this band, a death metal band from Australia called Portal, and people who've checked out my interviews like, you always bring up Portal. Yes, because Portal is, it's hard to describe them. It's like very chaotic, sometimes very murky lo-fi productions, but Portal's been known to scare even like metalheads that have gone to the shows because they make them feel uncomfortable. Portal's always about horror, so not like gore or anything like that, but just a feeling of horror and just impending doom. Like, their albums are not happy tunes to play on a Sunday when you're driving out and about. No, not at all. You're also, Rosie, you're also a writer.
Yep.
What are some of the topics that you like to write about?
Oh, goodness. I've pretty much been writing my entire life. My mom was a musician when I was a kid, and she always instilled creativity in us. So I started out writing poetry, and I currently have probably 25 journals that are filled front to back with poetry from middle school through college. So that's probably my favorite thing to write is poetry. But I also really enjoy writing on social topics. I graduated and got a bachelor's in women's and gender studies recently, and that is one of my favorite areas to discuss with people, to bring up points that maybe they weren't aware of, specifically relating to pop culture. I also talk a lot about socioeconomic class struggles and racial struggles in our current society. So those are honestly the things that like I get super into and I get like emotional about when I'm writing or even just commenting to someone on Facebook. So.
No, I mean, like, if you're putting your heart into something, I can't see any valid reasons why it would be wrong. I mean, you do you.
I do.
You know, I mean, yes, I'm blabbering right here, but it's just, if you feel really passionate about something, as long as it's not harming someone else, like, oh, I'm passionate about racism, love it. No, that's like, no, I have to say no against that.
Right.
But if you're really passionate about something, go for it.
That's how I feel.
Which ties back into your business.
Yep.
How long have you guys been doing this?
We officially started the December after our first wedding anniversary, so December of 2013.
All right. And if people wanted to find out more about you online for your business,
they can go to facebook.com/WholihansWares, which is WHOLIHANSWARES, and that has most of our pertinent info. We also have WholihansWares.com, and people can find us on Etsy.
And the final question, for the folks that have come to your business and keep coming back, what would you like to say to them?
I would like to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, because when people come and look at our pieces and actually enjoy them, I feel like they're getting a part of my heart. They're enjoying something that I put a lot of time and energy into, and all creators are nervous that other people aren't going to like what they make. So it really just makes my day, even when someone gives me a positive comment on the things I make. So thank you so much.
Well, folks, this is Joe from MIGeekScene with Mark and Rosie of Wholihan Wares. Sorry, I always wanted to say Wholihan, and they
Everybody
corrected me,
says Wholihan.
and I felt like a fool. But nonetheless, please check out their stuff because it's awesome. Take it easy, folks.